I mean, everyone's journey and their time to progress is going to be different, right? Everyone learns at different rates. Everyone has different opportunities. But the important thing, I think, is it's not about time and jump numbers or this or that. It's about skill acquisition.
Welcome to The Leading Edge, the podcast that captures the art, science, and soul of wingsuiting. I'm your host, Jack Peplow, and today I'm joined by someone whose flying style has redefined precision and creativity in the air. Some people chase flight for the rush, others for the view. But for Tomic Kluzniak, it's about the process, the repetition, the discipline, the art behind the movement. From the tunnel to the mountains, he's built his flying around one principle: earn every second of freedom. In this episode, we explore what it means to dedicate your life to progress and how precision and patience can become the ultimate form of expression in the sky. Tomic, great to have you on, and a massive congratulations with your success at the World Wingsuit League. You must be buzzing.
Yeah. Pretty stoked.
Nice. So let's start from the beginning. What drew you towards flight, and how did you find your way into sort of wingsuiting initially?
I guess I found it on YouTube, like a lot of other people, I guess. I mean, I first found base jumping on the internet, well, on like a rock climbing video.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, I just thought that was like something that only superhumans could do. You know, that wasn't accessible for just like a normal human to do. So yeah, once I found that, I just kind of went down a rabbit hole to trying to figure out how to do it.
You've been described as someone sort of completely dedicated to progress, which is kind of interesting because you found this concept of wingsuiting and looking into the base field. But where did you get the drive from? Have you always been quite a driven person, or is it just something that because you saw this and you thought, this is superhuman, this is potentially accessible, I could do this?
I guess part of me has always been a bit like this. I mean, I'm a bit of a loner. I kind of do things alone. I'm only child, you know what I mean? I'm just kind of always, whatever sport that I kind of got into, like whether it was skateboarding or rock climbing or surfing or whatever it was, I've always kind of just like been super passionate about trying to be as good as I can at whatever it is, and then to be as good as I can at whatever this thing is, always try to break it down and see, okay, if I want to, be good at skateboarding, I got to be good leg muscles or whatever it is, try and break it down and then just try and train for it and, get better as, time goes on. I think rock climbing kind of helped me a lot with the wingsuit progression and base progression, believe it or not, just because when I got into rock climbing, if you have projects, to get better at the projects or to climb the projects, you got like a crux move in the climb, and then you got the rest of the climb is kind of broken down into sections. So then you'd go and climb the climb, and then you'd fall off at a certain move, and then I'd be like, okay, I need to get better at this and this. So then I'd go back home and I'd go to the gym, I'd train for this and this move, and then come back and, put the pieces together. And I think that kind of translates over to the wingsuit projects.
You once mentioned the 4 quadrants of becoming a complete wingsuit pilot. Can you walk us through those and how they shape your flying?
To be a complete wingsuit pilot, you can't just be a wingsuiter, right? That just goes and jumps and does acro jumps or whatever. To be a complete wingsuit pilot, I feel like you need some 4 quadrants of kind of, let's say, skill sets, like a vertical component, which is like vertical tunnel, free fly, whatever. Like the actual wingsuit performance side of things. So say wingsuit performance skydive competitions and other, things that you get from different skydiving, like flying a canopy, for example, or, diving, flaring, this and that. Like a mountain and say base component where you can only learn those certain skills, like flying around terrain. You need to be in the mountains. You need to understand the weather conditions. You need to, develop a sight picture when you're flying over terrain. So you need to spend time in that and develop skills in that quadrant. And then the last one would be something like the wingsuit tunnel, where you work on precision and repetition and you learn how to move your body in like a very fine-tuned way. And the amount of repetition and the way you move your body kind of helps you not only with precision, but with being able to put your body into the positions that you want to achieve the goal that you want. So whether that's doing a transition or say getting maximum lift off the ground, you know exactly how to move your body to achieve that without having to really think about it.
Becomes subliminal in the background. It just sort of automatically happens because you've just got that feeling.
Yeah, yeah,
Nice,
exactly.
nice. So you've been one of the instructors shaping the wingsuit tunnel scene, which is really cool. How do you see it changing the sport?
Oh, I think it's a game changer. I mean, not in every single way possible, obviously. Like, there's many things in wingsuiting that you just can't learn in the tunnel. But yeah, just like I said before, there's heaps of components that really, really help within your wingsuiting. And in terms of like precision, you can just see now when you go skydiving, the people that have been to the tunnel and the people that haven't been to the tunnel, right? It's night and day. So, I mean, in terms of bringing everybody's level up, I think tunnel's a game changer.
For someone listening who's wanting to progress, from sky to base, what kind of work should they be putting in, and in what particular order? I mean, you mentioned some things there, but what else?
Sound like a broken record, but do not rush. That's like, I mean, everyone's journey and their time to progress is going to be different, right? Everyone learns at different rates. Everyone has different opportunities. But the important thing, I think, is it's not about time and jump numbers or this or that. It's about skill acquisition. So it's making sure that you have the necessary skill to progress onto the next thing, right? There's no point in you like progressing onto wingsuit base jumping when you can barely fly a base canopy, right? So you need to just doing the progression in a way that you move on to each step. So go start skydiving, start to learn to fly your body. Once you fly your body, then you learn to fly a small wingsuit. Then once that's good, then next step, next step, next step, as you move along. And like any kind of base coach, skydive coach, will be able to help you with this sort of progression. I guess that would be my biggest tip is just focus on the skills and not the jumps and the numbers and things like that.
You said that you don't fly for Instagram. What's your real motivation when you step up onto an exit?
Man, I love to fly, man. It's just like, how do I explain it? I guess my goal, I just want to be like a wingsuit supercomputer, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? Like every kind of wingsuiting, I just want to learn as much as I can. And in this kind of life that I've got, right, I just want to put everything I can into it to be as good as I can to see what I can achieve, right? It's like my purpose, I guess, and it drives me. So I just love going out there and again, like having projects that I can create for myself or fly in the way I want to fly because I love to fly. Right? That's like the drive behind all of it for me. I mean, like lots of people say, "Oh, I like get into the sport because of the people or this and that bullshit." Like, that's not it for me. You know what I mean? It's like each to their own. I get it, but for me, I just love to fly. So the more I fly, whether it's by myself, whether it's acro, whether it's performance, whether it's mountains, whatever, as long as I'm flying, I'm happy.
As a coach, how do you help others find their own version of that, their own reason sort of to fly?
For me to find someone else's reason is kind of like not impossible, but it's like it's got nothing to do with me really. I can help them achieve maybe what they want within the sport, but it's up to them to find, to find their reason why they want to do the thing. And if it's like, I don't know, maybe some people just, you can't really say that, oh, everyone, you're doing this and that for the wrong reasons because you just don't know someone's past this or that or what they want out of life. So I guess that's not a question and not a thing that I really can help them with. I help them with the flying, but that's about it.
Looking at your profile on Instagram and things, when people see your videos online, what do you wish they understood about the work behind them?
Yeah, how much time it takes. I mean, time and just like, I guess, a lot of sacrifice, and that you can't see any of that stuff on the the social media and all that. So yeah, just yeah, I mean, pretty much that's pretty much it. Just the work that goes into each and every little thing, and the yeah, the time, I guess, as well. It's all tied into the same thing, right? Not kind of not rushing, and then every now and then there's like I say I put a video out, which is I guess just the let's call it I don't know, I don't have the word for it, but just like the tip of the iceberg of say what I'm doing out there. And I'll do the Instagram thing because sponsors, they kind of need that stuff, and there is a part of it that I do like. I do have like this creative part of me which I like, creating little edits and things with the way I fly and then the music and this and that. Um But yeah, the the work that goes into the actual projects is something that I wish there was a better way to kind of to showcase it. But unless I create a whole edit showing, waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning, going to for a run, going to the gym, going to work, working, coming back home, planning like there was just like footage and footage and footage of me planning and planning and training and training and training for then to do one flight be kind of boring for so
You lose your audience and lose your sponsors, right?
some
Where do you think wingsuit is going from here? Like, what's the next thing for wingsuiting, in your opinion?
man, who knows. It's like I feel like there's so many different little kind of strings now, like the wingsuit performance stuff's going one way, wingsuit base is another way. There's people like Peter doing all these like airfoils and this and that, like the not more like novelty kind of stunt things. Like the Red Bull team doing whatever projects and creating that sort of. It's just kind of, I feel it's just evolving, but not in literally like just one path. All right, so yeah, I don't know. I would like to focus myself more on like the creative side of things, like flying to different lines and making things not different, but trying to create new ideas for flying lines and that in the mountains and even in the sky, and trying to create some new things. But I mean, that's not easy to do because so much shit's already been done. Yeah, it's just fun either way, so it doesn't really matter if it is or it isn't.
What's the biggest lesson or mistake you've learned through flight?
I guess in the beginning, I didn't have the normal kind of like first flight course like everyone, but I didn't know what I didn't know back then. You know what I mean? So I just got given a wingsuit and here, chuck this on, and this is how you unzip it and have fun. And I learned on my own. So it was just like, yeah, my progression, it would have been good to get like a coach or something earlier. Whereas like the first coach that I kind of ever had any contact with was Luke, and that was like when I was already hundreds of jumps deep, already learned how to fly and do things. And then he kind of taught me like the wingsuit performance, like helped me with the wingsuit performance side of things. And yeah, like, guess that's when I started to get more, like influenced by other coaches and their experiences and this and that and other perspectives and other. Before that, I was just running solo and just jumping on my own and looking at Instagram, trying to learn, or YouTube and trying to learn off how people flew just by watching. Maybe if I kind of connected and networked a little bit better or got coaches, you know what I mean? And that might have helped my progression. Maybe, I would have done things maybe not quicker, but yeah, I guess quicker. In another way, I guess it helped me uh, not rush because then sometimes I feel like getting a coach too soon and or whatever. It's just like you get outlined, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, and then they have a path shown to them, and then I'm like, okay, well, after I've done this, I'm ready to do this. But because I didn't have that, I kind of just tried to learn everything about everything. So it slowed everything down for me. And I did like hundreds of jumps before I even, learned how to do a transition or whatever, So it kind of may be a blessing in disguise for me a little bit. I don't know.
Well, look, Tomic, amazing job, and like hats off to you. You know, your progression's been immense, and what you're doing is awesome. But thank you very much for coming on Leading Edge. I really appreciate it.
But no worries, mate.
A huge thanks to Tomic for sharing his journey, not just the flights, but the mindset behind them. His story is a reminder that freedom in flight isn't luck, it's earned through patience, repetition, and purpose. If this conversation inspired you, share it with a friend and follow Leading Edge for more stories from the edge of human flight. I'm Jack Peplow, and this is The Leading Edge.